All right, hello once again. This is Jeff Scott of Rankin Technical College, and as part of the Rankin Technical College AWD 1000 Web Development Technologies course, I've been creating a series of video presentations based on the Mozilla Developer Network Learn Web Development series. I'm in the JavaScript section, and we're still talking asynchronous JavaScript. And in the last video, I talked about kind of the progression, how this had kind of gone from the use of callbacks, and we talked about the problem with callback hell, all right, as opposed to having one central point that would handle failure. And then we went to promise, which did a better job, but promises to many people are still kind of hard to work with, all right? So as mentioned right here in this section, more recent additions to the JavaScript language are async functions along with the await keyword. Notice part of the so-called ECMAScript 2017, so again, not old. These features act as basically as syntactic sugar on top of promises. As I mentioned in the last lecture, that basically they're a wrapper for promises, which allow you to write asynchronous JavaScript code in a little bit easier way. All right. All right. So in a little bit easier way, as I just mentioned, okay, they make async code look more like old school synchronous code. As it says, so they're well worth learning. This article gives you most of what you need to know. So as it says with the basics, there's two parts. There's the use of async, and there's the use of await. First of all, it says we've got the async keyword, which you put in front of a function to turn it into an asynchronous function. An async function is a function that knows how to expect the possibility of the await keyword to be used to invoke asynchronous code. So as they mentioned right there, if we put in this isn't going to do very much. All right. As it says, it'll return hello. Now, if we do this, let's just go in because I think we're pretty much done with what we had done earlier. If we run this right here, this very simple, okay, what do we have here? Well, we've got a function, right? And that function is called hello. And all it does is it returns the word hello. That's it. Now, if we save and run this, I can be wrong here, but I don't think I will be. And that is, let's see, if I double click on this, okay, it says this is my page. I'm not sure why I'm still getting that, but if I go down to inspect, and maybe I'm running the wrong function, let's see. No, it still is request. So this is my page. And this says return hello. Well, return it where? You know what I mean? We're not putting it into a variable or anything like that. Now, we could do this. All right, with return hello, I could say console.log, and then we could put in hello. And that actually should, if we run this again, hopefully at least, will show hello in the console in here. And there it is. All right. But previously, it wasn't doing anything. Now, when I say it wasn't doing anything, it wasn't doing anything visible. So it says, what if we turn this into an async function? All right. It says, try the following. Now, if we just put it in that way, and I don't put the console.log in, so we have it just like this, well, let's talk about what's changed. All right, the only thing that's changed is we've added the async keyword right there. And I believe that if we take this, save it, go back to here, and refresh, now we're seeing nothing. But if we did go back as we did previously, we did a console.log on this. I believe again we're going to see the word hello. Now, did we see that? Well, promise was fulfilled, so we see hello. So see how it's different. All right, before we just saw hello. All right, now notice what we're getting. The promise state has been fulfilled, and the result was hello. Now, what if we leave off the console.log and we just call hello? Kind of what we did before. So I'm going to take this and I'm going to refresh, and now notice we don't get anything. All right. Not only that, we can take this and turn this into an arrow function. Remember, this saying function like this is a shortcut for it. All right. And technically, if you're not passing anything in, you don't even need the parentheses. All right. And I believe if you have one parameter, you don't need the parentheses either. But if you've got two or more parameters, you need the parens. So this and this, all right, and I guess in the end this, but we've got a console log there, we'll do the same thing. And as it says, we can even do this. Let's check that one out. All right, so let's check that one out right here. You noted that with hello, it wasn't showing doing anything. But now, hello.then, and we want to do a console log. There's no dot catch on here, as you can see. Nothing like that. And we refresh. There's hello. And you'll notice, not doing anything but showing us hello right there. So as it says, the async keyword is added to functions to tell them to return a promise rather than directly returning the value. The advantage of using async becomes apparent when you combine it with await. Note, await works only inside async functions within regular JavaScript code. But as it says, it can be used on its own with JavaScript modules. I don't know if they'll talk about that later in here or not. Await can be put in front of any async promise-based function to pause the code on that line until the promise fulfills. Then return the resulting value. So as it says here, you can use await when calling any function that returns a promise, including web API functions. Here's an example. All right, so let's take a look at the example. So we've got here return greeting, await, promise.resolve, hello. All right, there's our hello. Okay. And we said all we wanted to do was alert. So what did it do? It alerted the word hello. Now, should just mention to you that I've earlier this year, right before the end of last semester, I bought a book. And it was Probably I won't be able to find it, but I just wanted to show you if I could find it. It's a small book. It's a little blue book. I've got it at my house right now, and I'm at work, so I can't show it to you, I guess. But I will try to remember to show that the next time I'm taping at home. And it's a book on asynchronous programming, and it's filled with examples. I have just, like I said, I recently purchased it, so let's see, orders. Let me pause for just a second here. In fact, let's just stop and we'll continue on in the next tape.